Hi, friends. I found myself on a trip recently, and the topic of systematic bias came up. And it was a topic that people were very passionate about, and they could not understand my perspective on it. So I'm making this video mostly for my clients, but I'm also making this video for anybody that might be watching that might be struggling with the concept of this and if this is real or not. Now, first of all, let's talk about what makes something real. What makes something real is our consciousness. Like, this can be a real system out there, but if my consciousness makes it real, then I take this idea and I make this idea part of my reality. And now I'm trapped and I'm limited by my belief system because I can't grow because this is part of my belief system. So, how do we break this belief system? And this brings me back to mental duality again. I can't stress the factor of mental duality enough, because would believing in systematic bias take you to a desirable destination? I want you to just think about, like, if you're shining a flashlight in the room, would shining the flashlight on this lead you to a desirable outcome? And the fact of the matter is that it wouldn't. Why do we bring our focused attention, the most valuable thing that we have, to an idea that would not take us to the next level? Now, is it real or is it not real? Well, I could arguably say, are ghosts real or are they not real? Because some people will be very passionate as well to share with me how much they believe in ghosts or aliens or anything else. Like, you have to understand, our consciousness is what creates our reality. The lens by which we view the world creates our physical reality. So I bring it back to this, and I challenge you to understand mental duality in such a manner that if you're programmed to think that systematic bias is a thing, and you program to believe that this is a thing, would that program help you to align with people that believe in this as well? Yeah, because belief matches belief, vibration matches vibration. So if you want to stay clear of individuals that don't hold those types of vibrational frequencies, then you have to rise above it. You have to go higher. And if you go higher, where this is not a real construct in your mind, this is not a real belief system in your mind, this is not something you bring your attention to, then this dissipates. It dissipates. You're no longer bringing your consciousness to it. Don't be passionate about things that won't take you to the next level. Become passionate about things that will take you to the next level. Like, become passionate about a world with just the human race. Like, if I put more energy towards looking at myself as part of the human race, now I no longer have to be racially identified, because that creates separation. We don't want to live in a world in which we have separation. We want to live in a communal world in which we love each other. We are looking out for the best interest of each other. We are raising up the standard in our community. We're showing compassion and kindness, and we're able to elevate someone to the next level. Belief systems that reside in this method of thinking will only lead to confirmation bias. And confirmation bias is just going to be like that car that I talked about earlier. You go out and everywhere you go, you see the car. It's confirmation bias, because anything that you are looking to get confirmation on, you will get it. So systematic bias is no different. It's a form of confirmation bias. And the thing about it is that somebody planted a thought in your mind. So when we cover the subconscious mind, we want to go to the root cause of these ideas, because somebody planted this as a belief system into your subconscious mind. Now, it's wired into your autonomous mind. 95% of your programs are creating your physical reality from your subconscious mind. We know this is fact. This is not imagination. This is fact. So why is it we would allow a mentally disabling, mentally disempowering idea, belief system into our subconscious. Our subconscious is the most precious thing that we have, that we should be mining what goes in there. We should be mining what goes in there. And we want to live a life that's really harmonious. We want to live a life in which things are just in beautiful alignment. Every single day, it's like a magic exists in your life. When you want to live your life in that manner, you can't hold on to ideas that are in alignment with this. The only way that this comes out of existence, it's from the human not shedding light, not bringing their consciousness to it. So anything that you don't bring your attention to dissipates. If you don't want to experience systematic bias in your life, don't bring your attention to it. It's that simple. Where focus goes, energy flows. This is a law. When we can separate ourselves from these societal structures that disempower us, then we can bring attention to the things that would empower us and what will allow us to operate from our highest possible potential. You deserve a better life. Believing in this does not give you a better life. It gives you a worse life. So I go into vibrations, I go into frequencies, understand that systematic bias has its frequency, much like everything else, much like racism, much like, religion, whatever it is that people fight and they argue and political struggles, all of these struggles, they all operate on a frequency. If you want to change the frequency, you have to go above the frequency in order to change it. You can't change the frequency operating from the lower level as the victim in the frequency. You'll never change the frequency. Once you're the victim of the frequency, you're screwed. You want to change it, rise above it. If you want to make an impact into it, rise above it. You have to rise above it. You have to rise, and you have to rise in your level of consciousness above these things, because these things are just a play on separation. And I'm going to go into a little bit of conversation here about separation, because separation is the thing that is ego driven. So when we are thinking about separation, we have to understand it's an ego-driven perspective, because the separation comes from I am, I want, and I know. So if you're in I know this is real, and I'm not willing to accept anything else other than the fact that this is real, that's fine. Just know you're not going to create a good life for yourself. If you want to rise above it and not have this be part of your consciousness, then rise above it. Like, you have that choice. Our intellect gives us the ability to choose. We get to choose what belief systems are going to be foundational for us. We get to choose our belief systems. We live in a world of choice. Every time you come up to the fork in the road, or you come up to the fork in the mind, like, choose good thoughts, choose good feelings, choose good emotions, choose good beliefs. These all lead to a destination. And that destination is an experience that you will experience in your life. So if all of these things are going to lead to an experience, isn't it better to guard the thoughts? Isn't it better to guard the subconscious mind? It's the most valuable thing you have. It's the most valuable. Nothing superficial has value like your subconscious mind. It's the most valuable possession that you own. Most valuable, I promise you. Rewire. And how do you rewire? You bring your conscious awareness to something visually that doesn't align with this. You write about something that doesn't align with this, something that is dualistic. We are part of one global community. I express love and compassion towards every single person. So therefore, because I do this, because I am giving of my love and compassion to every single human being, they will feel that energy and they will accept me just the way that I am, just for who I am, because I show them compassion. And I go above and beyond. And especially, like, if you have somebody that's dealing with this challenge and you become aware of it, give them even more compassion. Give them even more kindness, because they need it. They need to see that the world doesn't exist like this. And when you're there to offer that to them and they feel your love, It'll overpower their systematic bias. It'll overpower their desire to judge or act or behave in a certain kind of manner. Everything has a loop, so you don't have to worry about fixing the problem either. Like, I just want to point that out to you. Like, you don't have to be the one to fix the problem. You don't have to be the one to fight against the problem. Like, fighting never fixed anything. It never fixes anything. Rise above it and change it. Rise above it and change it. You can change it. You can change the narrative. But ultimately, make better choices for what you allow into your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the most valuable thing you have. You do not have anything else that's more valuable than your subconscious mind, because it's running 95% of your physical reality programs. So guard your subconscious mind, let good stuff into it, and allow that to play out into your physical reality. You'll create a beautiful life for yourself if you get that. If you master doing this. Peace and blessings, my friends. I hope you find this video useful. Please like it, share it, and comment. I do want to hear your feedback on this. Hi, friends. I have some really exciting news. I have just released the Mental Duality Guide to Life-Changing Results. And this simple guide has transformed so many people's lives, because what it helps to do is it helps to open up your awareness to the areas that you may be feeling unsupported, insecure, fearful, trauma that you may have had from the past that you just need to shed some light on and bring your awareness to. And the guide bridges the gap from a negative space over to a more neutral or a high vibrational frequency. So when we see that it's unsupported that we're feeling, we know dualistically that it is support. We need to feel supported in this life. Or if we're feeling insecure, we know that it's security we need to work on feeling, or maybe confidence that we need to work on feeling. And this guide allows you to open up how you actually feel. It allows you to kind of sift through some of the negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions that you might be experiencing, and have a bridge to move them from a negative space into a positive space. I've had so many clients just see amazing results. And me, myself, I have gone to this guide in order to identify thought patterns that I was experiencing and analyze those thought patterns if they were positive or negative. Sometimes we get a thought just like seeps into our mind and we can't really put it into a category. But when we sit with a program like this, we understand what our underlying feelings might be, and bridging the gap from the negative over to something that's going to be more neutral or more positive is the secret to our personal growth and development. And this guide is going to guide you through that. Hopefully one day you join us for the Intuitive Ascending Mind program, but this guide is free for you to work on. It's personal to you. And what it'll do is that it'll open up your awareness. And once you go through that transition of opening up your awareness, you understand the areas that you need to work on. And it also will give you some wonderful affirmations to help build you foundationally from the ground up into a more positive, more happier, more healthier version of yourself, and more wealthier, of course. Peace and blessings, my friends.